And so I continued that journey, and, you know, all I wanted was to get married and have a family. So I meet this great guy, and we get married, and he treated me amazing. You know, he idolized me probably to a fault, but there was definitely some red flags. And so we had our first little girl. Her name is Eve, and she is 6. And I had that experience, and it was great. And then moving forward, I had my second little girl, Eden, who is now 4. And it was a different experience when I was pregnant with Eden, because he didn't want to have another kid. And he decided in that time when I was pregnant that he didn't want to be married. And so that moment for me was probably one of the hardest moments of my entire life. It was the space where my biggest fear was facing rejection, and I had the biggest rejection that I think you can go through thrown in my face. And so it was in that space, and I'm sure those of you watching can relate in different ways. Like, we've all been in places where we've been hurt, heartbroken, or just devastated, where you really feel like everything in you is stripped and you have nothing to give. And in that space for me, it was like I couldn't people please anymore. I couldn't do anything because it was just the raw, like, who I was just laid out. And so in that space, though, what I want to tell you is that beautiful things can come out of those hurts. And so I had to rebuild my life. I had to start over. And like brick by brick, I was putting my life back together, but I was putting it back stronger. I was learning my voice. I was learning how to advocate for myself. I was learning how to stand up for myself and for my girls, and I was getting stronger. And so that brought me to the end of my mat leave, where I was like, okay, now what do? I don't want to go back. I had worked at a salon for like 9 years, and it was a great experience, and I learned a lot. But after having 2 mat leaves in a row, you know, you face a lot of rejection when you go back, because you lose clients and you lose the people that you've poured your life into, and all of a sudden they go see someone else. And that was really hard for me. And so as I was building this strength, I was like, I don't want to do that, but what does this look like? And so I started to think about this idea. I found this little studio, and I decided that I was going to trust myself and start a business. And so me and one of my girlfriends, we started this business, and she ran hers and I ran mine. And I'm a pretty calculated person, but if you do the math, starting a business out of a mat leave is not the most, like, it's not the best equation. So I started, and I'd go to work every day, and she was like slammed busy, and I'm coming out of a mat leave like, well, I had 1 client today, like, great. But what happened in that space was I was able to really start attracting the clients that suited me, and learning boundaries and learning how to say no. And it just started to build. And over a few years, I had a really great business, which I still have today. And the 2 of us joined with another mom entrepreneur, and we have a great little space in East Village. And so those of you that have thought about being an entrepreneur and stepping out in that space, it is such a beautiful thing to be able to create your own environment and have your own little space where you get to set the tone, and the things that Linda was talking about, things that you've experienced, you get to make a difference in where you are. And so I'm so grateful for that opportunity. And it's helped me, being a single mom, to navigate, you know, having a bit more balance in my life. So let's fast forward. Now we're in a pandemic. We're in a pandemic, and I'm shut down. I'm shut down for 3 months. And you guys, I'm sure we can all relate. Like, there's a lot of time to think. There's a lot of time to be, you know, on your own. And so I had these 3 months, but for me, it was just this beautiful space where I really got to be still. And again, shut out all the noise and all the things from around me. And I just got to be still, and call it the universe, call it whatever you want. Like, for me, it's God, but I got to sit there and say, what is my purpose? Like, what is this all for? And I felt this nudge to do a little video. And so I posted a video, and I think I had missed having clients and encouraging them. So I just posted a video, not sure if anyone would listen or anyone would care. And it didn't matter. I just felt to do it.